just in. If you ever felt like everyone promised AI would save time and make money, but your experience looks more like a robot just rewrote my blog post in the worst possible way, you're not alone. According to Gartner and several industry leaders, generative AI is officially in its awkward teen phase. High hopes, lots of drama, and very few results you can take to the bank. Welcome to the trough of disillusionment. This is where hype meets reality. Remember when people said, just feed your data into AI and let the magic happen? Turns out it isn't scalable. Small businesses that rush to adopt AI are now asking a tough question. Where are the results? Systems aren't performing the same way twice. Costs are higher than expected. And in some cases, the output is completely wrong, but delivered with a straight face. The result? Lots of leaders feel like they bought a self-driving car only to learn that they need to steer it manually, keep their foot on the brake, and watch out for hallucinations. Literally. And here's the thing. If it can't be trusted, it can't be used. Generative AI works by predicting what comes next, not by checking facts. That means it might get your product description right today and wildly wrong tomorrow. This inconsistency is fine for a brainstorming session, but not for anything public-facing or mission-critical. A Gartner analyst put it simply, you cannot automate something you don't trust, which leads to the big issue, trust erosion. If your team stops relying on the tool stops being useful. And if your customers spot an obvious AI blunder in your content, there goes your credibility. And we've all experienced this. One of my favorites is when you tell AI it got something wrong and it politely apologizes, then gives you the same wrong answer again. Even better is when it gaslights you, confidently explaining that it didn't make a mistake when it absolutely did. You end up in a debate with a robot, wondering if you're the problem. Spoiler, you're not. And around the world, pilots are failing because foundations are missing. A working prototype is not a business tool. Many AI projects were rushed out with no checks, no fallback logic, and no way to scale under pressure. The second something goes wrong, the whole thing collapses. The missing ingredient? Robust infrastructure. Think of AI like a smart intern. It can help, but only if you supervise it, set clear rules, and give it proper tools. Skip that, and your bright idea turns into a slow motion mess. That's not just theory, it's already happening at scale. Meta's internal AI policy once allowed chatbots to flirt with kids because technical disclaimers passed their checks even when basic judgment didn't. And OpenAI only introduced parental controls after 16-year-old Adam Rain took his own life following prolonged conversations with ChatGPT about self-harm. These aren't edge cases. They're reminders that skipping safety to speed up deployment has consequences. If your own pilot project didn't go as planned, that's not failure. That's feedback. But if you skip the part where you ask why it failed, then you've missed the lesson. And the cost of skipping that question isn't always measured in budget. Sometimes it's measured in trust, time, or worse. For small businesses, the fix isn't more hype. It's more structure. Start small, build safety walls, test everything, and remember that no amount of AI magic makes up for poor process. Then we get the energy bills and budget blows. So here's a fun surprise. Running AI at scale costs more than you think. Some enterprises are spending millions just to keep their AI systems online. This is wild because one of the major selling points of AI has been how cheap it's supposed to be. I'm feeling it too, as I'm sure are you. Every tool I use that has added AI now costs more. Subscriptions creep up, free features become premium, and those extra charges don't look huge at first, but they stack up fast. I'm now spending considerably more each month just to keep the same tools running. And that's for tools that don't even always work the way they're supposed to. While your bill might not hit 7 figures, the principle still applies. If AI isn't producing measurable value like saving time, improving accuracy, or boosting conversions, it's not earning its keep. So before you get dazzled by fancy demos, look at the total cost. Training, integration, storage, rework, and higher subscriptions all add up fast. Then we have the pricing that punishes creativity. Most platforms now charge per successful output. Sounds fair until you realize how often AI gets things wrong. If your team needs 20 tries to get one decent answer, you're paying 20 times for one result. This discourages experimentation, slows down learning, and makes AI adoption feel more like a financial risk than a strategic move. For small businesses, this creates a culture of caution. And that's not where innovation thrives. I actually stopped using a few tools for this exact reason. I couldn't afford to learn them. Then we have something I've already talked about. Agents that aren't ready for prime time. AI agents, which are automated systems that act on AI decisions, are the latest buzzword. But here's the problem. The brains behind them still hallucinate. So now you've got a confident robot making unpredictable decisions in real time. AI agents are broken. And so only 6% of e-commerce firms have rolled them out. Not because they don't want to, but because they can't trust them yet. Until the core systems become more stable, agent automation is a gamble, not a strategy. Having said all of that, the value is still there if you work for it. So here's where things get hopeful. The fix isn't throwing out AI. It's setting it up better. That means using multiple tools together, which is called composite AI, testing thoroughly, building in safety nets, and measuring what matters. Gartner and PlanView both stress the same thing. The winners will be those who treat AI like a system, not a shortcut. As a small business, you don't need to wait for a perfect model. You need to build smartly around the imperfect ones we have now. Start with what you can control. If AI still feels mysterious, confusing, or expensive, that's not your fault. The tech has outpaced the practical how-to. That's why having a clear message, strong guardrails, and a structure around your marketing is more important than ever. Start with something you can control, your message. Get my 5-minute marketing fix to write one sentence that clarifies what you do and why people should trust you, even if your next ad was made by a robot. You can download it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What's the most unhinged thing AI has ever told you? I'll go first. Mine once gave me a detailed breakdown of the top 3 golf courses in Malta. Descriptions, pricing, even tips for hole number 9. One problem, Malta only has 1 golf course. Okay, now it's your turn. What's AI done to you? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.